Hello, and welcome to the Superintendent's Perspective. My name is Mario Salinas. I am the Superintendent of Edinburg Schools. I'm joined today by Board President Miguel Mike Farias. Today's topic is the first week of school. Sir, the first week has gone well.
Yes, sir, it has.
Beyond my expectations. Over 90% of our students that were expected to show up are on campus and learning.
Very good.
It's been a pleasant surprise with the positive response that we got from our parents as far as sending their children to school. You went and visited the schools yesterday, so you know a little bit about that.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you want to care to comment of what you saw.
Well, you know, I went ahead and got permission from you to visit schools, and I did. And I love the positive attitude of the teachers. The students were so happy. I know they were smiling even though I couldn't see their faces, but they were smiling because of the masks. But they really, really enjoyed being back. And the attitude was positive, the attitude was upbeat, and it was it's a really good testament to our principals and our teachers and our staff of what we can do working together, because nobody will disagree with the point that there is nothing like face-to-face instruction. Not only is it more effective, but socially it's important. And it was really good to see them working together, and it was very positive. The numbers were a pleasant surprise, as you said, and that's all because the community knows we took every step possible to create a safe environment for their children to come back into school. That's why we did what we did with the mask mandates. I've been appearing in different panels through Texas advocating for the masks. And, you know, we're not health experts, but we go by the direction of our local health authority and CDC. And what they tell us is masks work. So we're going to use every tool that we have in our arsenal to protect your children, period. And if it means mandating masks, so be it. We're going to do it. And obviously it's working, and we need to continue this, because at the end of the day, me on the board, along with the rest of the members of the board, could not be in good conscience knowing that we should have done something and not acted on it. That's why we were very adamant about mask mandates. And, you know, we took some flack for it, which is fine, but I'd rather err on the side of caution, err on the side of safety, than err on the side of neglect.
Sir, you as board president, me as a superintendent, and before that, I was an assistant superintendent when COVID started. So we've been in the front lines with fighting, mitigating COVID in our schools. You know, for all the way from when we first started, and we scrambling to get PPE, scrambling to get equipment, scrambling to adapt to the quarantines. Then slowly, when school started last year, we started bringing the staff. We started bringing limited numbers of students. So we've been in the front lines from the go. And what we have learned, what I have learned, and I'm going to assume you have too, is really helping to fight COVID and keep our students safe, keep our staff safe, is number one, vaccinating.
Yes, sir.
We both know that vaccines have been an effective tool to fight COVID in our community. We just know that.
Yes, sir. And I do remember when I first came on board as president, I remember sitting during a conversation with the county, and it was back in November of 2020. And they were discussing about being licensed to be a distributor of the vaccine. And I remember saying, we need to do that. We need to do that. We need to be proactive. And we need to do everything possible. We utilize all our resources. We have many RNs, not like other districts. We have many RNs, over 50. So I elected to say, let's go out there and get this license to be a distributor of the vaccine.
They can tell us no. They can only tell us no. It's not going to cost us a penny
Yes, sir.
to apply.
But we were one of the first in the district,
In the state.
to go ahead, thank you for the correction, in the state to go ahead and be a distributor. And to date, we have vaccinated over 30,000, we have administered over 30,000 vaccines.
Yes, vaccines work, sir. We know that. They do work. Most of our staff, I would say at this point, 98% of Edinburg staff that work for the school district are vaccinated. And by all accounts, credible accounts, vaccines are effective. That's number one. Number two, the other effective strategy that works are masks.
Yes, sir.
Masks work. I remember when I took my older son, back to school last year when the teachers went back to work, back to the campus. I'm sorry, they were working all along remotely, but when they went back to school, my son went with them. And I told my son, based on the experience that I've had here with COVID, as long as you wear a mask all day, and when you eat by yourself, and then put the mask back on, you're going to be okay. And
Yes, sir.
you and I know, as to work dealing with COVID in the front line, mind you,
Yes, sir.
for going on 2 years, we know that masks work. And if we mask everybody at school, the children are going to be safe.
Very good.
Have we had cases on campus? Yes, we have this week. Yes, we have. We've
sir.
had cases on campus. We had cases on the first day of COVID. Obviously, they picked up the COVID off campus.
Yes, sir.
But transmission rates, based on the Centers for Disease Control, the National Institute of Health, based on the health authorities in the district, and based on our experience, wearing masks reduces the transmission of COVID. So the vaccine, the mask wearing, the student carols that our students have, we feel that keeps our students safe. More than anything else, the vaccines and the masks, more than anything else, is an effective way to minimize transmission on campus.
Yes, sir. And simple common sense. When a doctor goes and performs an operation, what does he have on? A mask. The reason for is to protect him or the individual that he's performing the surgery on of transmitting. So simple common sense. Masks do work.
Yes.
Now, I understand that it may be an inconvenience for some, but you got to look at the big picture. And I go back to, we're going to use everything possible in our arsenal to protect your kids and our students.
Sir, we have 33,000 parents that send their children to our schools. To my knowledge, complaints that got to me about mandating masks, a total of 4. 4 parents had issues with mandating masks out of a total of 33,000 parents that have children in our schools.
Very good.
So most the point I'm trying to say is most parents want masks.
Yes, sir.
on
Yes, sir.
campus.
And we'll continue that practice for as long as we need to keep our kids safe.
Yes,
Keep our
sir.
kids safe.
The first day of school, the first day I was out driving around trying to get to the campus, and the campus that I chose to go first was Eisenhower and Memorial. But as soon as I turned onto Russell Road, about a mile away from the school, the line of cars.
Yep.
So I'm going to go around through Monte Cristo Road and go to the opposite end. The line of cars over there, surrounded by cars on the first day of school. So I said, I'm just going to go somewhere else. So I drove to the far eastern sector of our district. I started at John F. Kennedy and worked my way in. And I was pleasantly surprised to see so many students and parents dropping off their children and people registering on campus. The parents have confidence that, number one, they know that face-to-face instruction is the best way, the best form of teaching. Number one, parents know that.
Yes, sir.
All parents know that. And then number two, they have confidence that we're doing our very best to keep the children safe. one of the things that we've been doing, sir, all week, because there's so many students attending our schools, you saw them.
Yes,
We're
sir.
trying to balance the numbers of students in the classes. We don't want to have really large classes.
Yes, sir.
We don't want to have 20 plus students in the class. So we're moving teachers around where we can. We studied all the class rosters on Wednesday to see if we could move teachers from one campus to the next in an effort to lower the ratios of students in class. We did a little bit of that because most schools have many students, and they can't afford to give up teachers because we're trying to keep our ratios under 20.
Yes, sir.
So we can social distance in the classroom. And we're still hiring, and it's a good problem to have, sir. We have to hire staff, that means we have students.
Yes, sir, we do.
You know,
We do.
and we hire, the reason that we hire teachers almost every day this week, you've given the authority for me to hire them.
Yes, sir.
Almost every day this week, I've hired 5, 10, 6 teachers every single day, so that we can bring the numbers of students down to below 20. And we're doing the best we can. We're still hiring teachers. If you need a job out there, you got certified, come to Edinburg. We pay a lot.
Yes,
High paid.
as a matter of
You know.
fact, we are the highest paying district in the whole valley.
Yeah, we're still hiring teachers at elementary, middle, and high. So if you need a job, you teach, you're certified, come to Edinburg. We're still hiring.
And paying very well.
Yes.
And paying
high
very
paid.
well.
So it's been going well the whole week. We have had cases, and we send them home as protocol. And one of the options is, because we're masking, parents have the option of sending them back home. And we test them on campus, they're good, and they get back to school. The parents want them in school.
Very good.
As the overwhelming numbers of parents are choosing to send their children. And of course, we do have parents who are going to wait it out. And what I'm going to tell them, parents, if you have your children at home, that our schools are safe and getting safer by the day.
Yes, sir. And one thing that I want to point out is, these same children that come to school also go to H-E-B, to Walmart, to McDonald's, to Burger King, to Whataburger, to Peter Piper's. Those places, compared to our district is safer than any of those places that I mentioned, because we take the precaution. We have the availability of sanitizers, dividers, masks, everything that we're mandating. So when you bring your child to Edinburg CISD, you're bringing them to a safe, controlled environment. All those other environments I talked about, they're not controlled. I'm not saying they're not safe, but they're not controlled. And yet, have full confidence knowing that we're doing everything in our power to secure a safe environment for your child. And that's very important to us. And so I just wanted to reiterate that is that we're taking, doing temperature checks. We're doing observations. We're letting you know if there is a contact. We're doing everything in our power to inform you. And we'll continue to do that. That way you have the confidence of sending your most precious cargo, your most precious possession to Edinburg CISD.
Yes, and there are some. I had some telephone calls from some concerned citizens out there that we weren't notifying parents of COVID cases. We are.
Yes, sir.
We're calling them. If you have a child on our campus and your son or daughter was exposed, you're going to get a phone call from
Yes, sir.
us.
Yes,
Even
sir.
though the state is telling us that we don't have to call the parents, we don't have to contact trace, they're telling us. We are.
Yep.
If your son was exposed to somebody with COVID, we're going to call you and we're going to give you your options. You can, there are options now. You can keep them at home if you want to quarantine, or you can send them back.
Yes.
That's an option that you have because masks work.
Yes, and under the basis of showing no symptoms.
No symptoms.
Very good.
The child doesn't have any symptoms. Send them back to school, and we're good. We have confidence that what we have in place, the mask and the carols and the sanitizing and social distancing.
Yes, sir.
The 3-foot social distancing is working. And as the days progress, we're getting safer and safer. As you know, we're hiring more teachers to lower the ratios more,
Yes, sir.
even more.
And also something new that we added was our 3 and 4 all day and also after school. How many new individuals do we have participating in our 3 and 4 year old?
Our 3-year-old program, as of Thursday, we were right over 700 students.
Okay.
On Thursday, yesterday.
Yes.
I anticipate anywhere between 700 to 800. We may even get to 800, depending on the parent getting confident with sending their children to school. We have about 800. Between 700 and 800, and I haven't checked the data since yesterday. My guess is we're between 700 to 800 3-year-olds.
Okay.
And we're at about 1,500 4-year-olds.
So we're over 2,000
yes,
total. Wow, that's great.
And those are the classes. When I go onto campus, I tell the principals, take me to the 3-year-old.
Yeah.
And we're learning, sir. What I do want to say to the parents and to the community, we have highly qualified teachers in the 3 and 4-year-old program. We're mandated by TA that we have highly qualified teachers in those grades. Early childhood certified, bilingual certified.
Yes, sir.
Children, certified teachers, not daycare providers, certified teachers. Of course, we've never had a 3-year-old program, sir. We're learning on the job, but they're certified and qualified. And we're going to get good. There's no question, there's absolutely no question that accepting 3-year-olds without the only criteria being that you're 3 into our schools, there is no question. That is like a shot in the arm to a community, because those 3-year-olds later are going to graduate from college and they're going to contribute back to the community.
Yes, sir.
So I am proud to say that a 3-year-old program is coming to fruition. The numbers are there.
Very good.
The staff is there. The community is very, very happy. I've seen the comments on social media. The parents are so appreciative that we offered that program for their children, because they know, as we do, that the earlier they start learning, you're a big proponent.
Oh, yes,
the earlier
sir.
we start teaching the children to read, write, and do math, the chances of them getting a college degree are just
investing in the front end.
Yes.
Investing in the front end is I'm a big supporter and believer in investing in the front end, and that's exactly what we're doing with these 3 and 4-year-olds.
And I'm encouraging the parents and the principals to even though they're harder to work with, because they're children, they're babies, I'm telling them, hey man, keep them after school. They can also learn. They can also learn fine arts. They can do art. They can fiddle around with the keyboards and the guitars, and they can mess around with blocks and keep them after school. And then by the time they're 4-year-olds, they'll be better. By the time they're in 3rd grade, they're going to be good.
Well, when I visited the schools, one of the first things the principals want to show me is the 3-year-olds. They say, look, come and look at them. They're so cute. They're so cute,
Yeah.
and it's just like the principals are taking such a positive attitude toward that, and they know the importance of investing early in these children.
Yeah, I went into one of the classes. I forget which school, and I went in there, and the little boy says, "Pop, teacher, the president."
Well, I didn't get that kind of welcome, but they're so excited, and then also
the parents are more excited.
Yes, they are. But what was very impressive is every principal that I would walk the halls and they would walk me around and show me, they would call the child out by name. I mean, they knew all these kids, and I'm just amazed. I mean, we are very blessed with wonderful principals and teachers and staff that are in it for the right reason. We're very blessed, sir. Very blessed.
Yes, sir. Double whammy, sir. We start them at 3-year-olds, and then we keep them after school so we can continue to work with them.
Exactly.
I encourage the parents to know. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. There is not a school district. There's not a better school district anywhere in the state of Texas. I'm not saying that we're the only ones that offer this 3-year-old program. We're the ones that are doing it right and with quality.
Yes, sir.
There's a difference. You can have 3-year-old programs after school and babysit them until the parents get off of work, right? And charge the parents $50 a month. We're not doing that. We got highly qualified teachers, certified in early childhood, certified in bilingual, certified to teach. And then we have certified teachers working with them after school.
Very true.
There's not a school district anywhere better than we are at educating children. And we're going to get better.
Yes, sir. We are.
And we're going to get better. And I want to get the message out to the parents that choose Edinburg. And you're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Very good,
with
sir.
what we have to offer your children, the options that we have to offer.
And you know, sir, not only that, but all the extracurricular activities and our CTE program. I mean, we have so much to offer. Any possible avenue that they want to follow, we can prepare them for that. You know, and that's what's so amazing is the freedom of choice of choosing what you want to do. And if you get them involved and they show special interest in robotics, well, then you have an idea of what they like. They show special interest in playing chess, special interest in whatever after-school program that we got. That piques the interest in the child and will motivate them in a positive journey toward the future and find out what they're going to enjoy doing for the rest of their lives. And at Edinburg CISD, no matter what path you choose, we have the tools to help you succeed in that path.
Starting with qualified staff.
Exactly.
Qualified staff.
Yes, sir.
You know, those after-school programs, you talked about chess, you talked about robotics, you talked about the UL. You know, it requires the students to communicate with each other, to talk to each other, to talk to the teacher, to go to a competition. All of that is teamwork.
Yes, sir.
And we teach them to play, to learn. We teach them to work as a team, even when they're 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
We don't, you know, we shouldn't take it for granted that they'll learn naturally. No, they won't. We can teach them.
Yes, sir.
To learn to work as a team. And
yes, sir.
They practice that. When they graduate from college and they get ready to work, they know how to work in a team-oriented environment.
Yes, sir.
You know, and all of that I think adds to our idea that we want to teach our children to succeed after college.
Yes, sir.
After their formal schooling.
Very good, sir. Vaccine clinics, what do we got coming up with those? I mean, we're still doing them.
The vaccines to the parents, and we're still encouraging our parents, high school parents, middle school parents that are eligible for vaccines. Let me remind the parents, if your son or daughter is 12 and older and going to our schools, you qualify for a vaccine.
Yes, sir.
I highly recommend parents, they're free.
Yes, sir.
They're free. And they're very easy. All you have to do is contact the nurse of the campus or the school that your children attend, and we will make arrangement to vaccinate your child, your student. I highly recommend them. Vaccines are safe and keep you safe. And we vaccinated this last week. We'll start vaccinating again in September, but you don't have to wait till September. Just go to the campus where your children attend school. If they're 12 and older, ask for a vaccine if they haven't been vaccinated. So that's another added layer of protection.
Yes, sir, it is.
Actually, it's number one.
Yes, it is.
In my experience, it's the number one strategy to protect yourself from COVID.
Yes, sir, it is.
You know, right now our little ones, our elementary age ones, they're not eligible yet. We're hoping that they become eligible. Hopefully September, October at the latest, and we can get those vaccinated as well right away.
Yes, sir.
But at the early grades, we're trying to lower the student-teacher ratios so that, you know, there's social distance between the children. They all have carols, and, you know.
Yes, sir.
You had asked to make sure you send carols to all the elementary schools. That's priority because they're not vaccinated.
Yes, sir. Yes. Mm-hmm. Every form of defense that we can do will be done.
Mm-hmm. The other anomaly for us, there's less children riding the bus. That's why you go to 100% of our campuses, it's gonna be lines of cars.
Oh, yes. You know, I experienced that. I live right next to a campus, and it was hard for me to get out to the main street because of the line of cars. And so that's a big plus too. That's a big plus too.
It's a plus for the buses because we don't have to worry about overloaded buses.
Yes, sir.
You know, there's less students on the bus, and that it's a pleasant surprise for us that the parents are choosing to take their children themselves to campus. And,
Yes, sir.
And that makes it easier for our to social distance on the buses.
Very good.
You know, even though we take temperatures, temperature checks before you get on the bus, we check your temperature.
Very good.
We bought thermometers.
You know what? I'm glad you pointed that out. And before they even get on the bus, we do take their temperature. So we can stop it there before it comes into the school. Very good point.
And
Very good point.
what we're working on right now, we're as I was telling you earlier, we're trying to balance the numbers on campus so that we can achieve the social distancing to a better degree.
Yes, sir.
The other thing, and you saw some of that this week, we're trying to get our after-school programs off the ground.
Yes, sir.
It's a new initiative to our elementary schools. You saw where some of the schools are going full speed ahead because they've been doing it from previous years, but others are getting off the ground for the first time, offering a full assortment of after-school programs for all our children.
Yes, sir.
So if we're a little patient with that. Before long, it won't take us too long to get all 31 elementary schools going full speed ahead, offering all the different options for after school. From the fine arts to the music to the athletics to the UIL.
You know, it's some of these elementaries, this is the first time they've ever done this. So, first of all, the children that go there have to, okay, what are the options? Before, they were never given an option. Now they have to choose, okay, I got all these different programs, and the parents have to work with them and say, you know, I want my child involved in this. So under those circumstances, there was no way that we could automatically start the program because they haven't even chosen a program to go into. So it is, and some elementaries, it was like same thing that they did last year. But now every child, no matter what elementary you go to, will have the option to participate and join in these committees and these programs, which is great. And like you said, this is our first time doing it, and we're learning from the other elementaries that would do it, and we'll take their experience and implement it, and it'll be a success. It'll be a great success, and participation is high.
Yes, it is, and we want it higher, sir. The after-school program, like the 3-year-old program, is another thing that's going to separate us from every other school district, not only in the Valley, in the whole state of Texas.
Very good.
In the whole state of Texas, nobody's going to do it like we're going to do it, and we're doing it already. We're going to get better because we've invested. We've invested philosophically. We believe in the program. And economically, millions of dollars, as you know, you approved it as president, into these after-school programs. And we know the value. We want a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, they can't look at a menu and choose for themselves. At the elementary level, the parents have to, okay,
of course.
Diego, you're going to do keyboarding on Monday, you're going to do tutoring on Tuesday. The parents have to do, they don't know any better than children. I have an elementary child. I pay for him. He doesn't pay for himself. Daddy knows better.
Yes, sir.
He's only 8.
Yes, sir.
So, and all the parents are doing that.
Yes, sir.
And we respect that because little children, they really don't.
Yes, sir.
No. So, but we're also emphasizing it to the middle. We're also telling our middle schools we want more participation. We don't want just the UIL and athletics. We want across the board participation. We want to double our numbers of after-school programs.
Very good.
Not only at the elementary, but we're emphasizing elementary because we've never done it there, right? We're learning. Mm-hmm. We've done it at the middle, but not to the extent that we want it. Yeah. So we're pushing hard that we want more participation at the middle. At the high, we've always had a lot of participation, but at the middle and at the elementary, we're lagging.
Very good. Very good. Well, this is a good start for the year, and we see it getting better and better as we go on. And I appreciate all your hard work, sir, and everybody's hard work at the district with these evolving times and our first time in doing a lot of things, but we'll get better and better as we go on. through the weeks?
Sir, it's not a one-man show. It's a team. We do
Yes,
it
sir.
better together with the board, the administrators, the campus level teachers, everybody. It's everybody doing it. The teachers are teaching 3-year-olds for the first time.
Yes, sir.
The principals are after-school programs expansive for the first time. So it's a team effort, and we feel that we do it better together with the board, central administration, to the campus level. It's everybody pitching together to make us the best school district, not in the valley, in the whole state of Texas, because other school districts have these programs, but they're not doing it like we are.
Very good, sir. And the one that benefits from it is our children.
The who? The
Our
children.
children.
The children, of course.
At the ones that
Of course.
benefit from it. And that's
They're
why
the
we're
ones
doing
that
it.
come out with the beneficiaries of all
Very
these
good.
efforts.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's the last of this show. I want to thank you for joining us in the superintendent's perspective. Stay healthy and stay safe.
Thank you.